Hi there, I'm Missy Information. On August 1st, I was challenged by Alice Lee of the Bat Month podcast to watch the film Twilight, 4 minutes every day during the entirety of the month. I decided to do it, because who am I to say no to someone on the internet? And thus began Twaugust. Good evening, everyone, and almost good morning. It is Missy Information here, starting the first episode of this new podcast in Twaugust, the podcast where I am watching 4 minutes of the movie Twilight every day during the month of August. Why, you ask? Because someone on the internet told me I should. And who am I to say no to someone on the internet? So what I'm going to be doing here is, having not seen it before, but knowing the film through memes, through pop culture, through Wikipedia entries, I have a familiarity, so I'm not going to be watching these films to try and figure out the plot or the story. I'm going to have a basic gist of this. Now, we're going to ask a much more deeper question, one that I've been asking myself, and I figure the only way to figure it out is to journey forward into where it really began, which is, why Robert Pattinson? I was challenged by Alice Lee of the Bat Month, who watched the movie The Batman over the course of 6-minute chunks during the month of June. My movie, thankfully, is not a 3-hour Icelandic epic, and so I can get it done in 4-minute chunks. That is what we're going to be doing here just before it reaches midnight here, my time. Ooh, got to get it watched and get it uploaded. Now, here we are. I have it queued up on my computer. If you want to watch along, you can start at minute 0, 0, 0. Here we go. Summit Entertainment. Oh, big, beautiful clouds and a 3D turning around to say a Lionsgate company. One of the few properties that Lionsgate had success with besides the Hunger Games. I've never given thought much to how I die. Well, I can tell you, Bella, I sure have. About how I'll die, not how you'll die. She's talking about dying in the place of someone she loves, and our first shot here is a deer eating in a forest, and the camera swooping in, moving very fast with shaky cam. Oh no! Run, dear, run. You are now the prey of a cameraman who will stop at nothing to hunt down footage of you running. We're 1 minute in, and that's what happened so far. 2 lines of dialogue and a deer running away. This is... Ooh! A movie. Something just swooped and stole the deer. Can't imagine what they would want to do with it. And here is a very young Kristen Stewart. Long hair, does care. Out in the desert sun, looking like she's on the set from Holes, in an outfit that could make her the prequel of, well, I guess the prequel of Sigourney Weaver in Holes, but her mom just straight up looks like Sigourney Weaver from Holes. Beautiful. Oh, they literally packed up their station wagon to move. That's beautiful. Very American of them. And they're launching off. Oh, no, never mind. They're just taking it to a Southwest airline and then flying out. Okay. Well, now we're back to the credits with some more Summit Entertainment at 2 minutes in. So some solid preambling here. Credit. Oh, that's the name of the film, Twilight. Thank you very much. And now we are in the state of Washington under, quote, the cloud, or the coverage of clouds and rain. Forks is just a very, I know rivers fork and roads fork, but just naming your town Forks seems so uninspired. Okay. So her dad is the chief of police, meeting all the townies. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that this was like an actual town in Washington that they filmed in, and it became like a little tourist place afterwards. Like how you go and get tours of Sex and the City locations in New York City, you get little tours of like all the little Twilight locations in Washington. 3 minutes in. So far, we are hitting the beats of every coming of age drama, moving to a new town, going with one parent, getting settled in. Not a bad looking house. It looks like anyone's nice grandparents' house there. We are approaching minute 4, and so far, what I can tell you from the story from having seen is deers suck at outrunning cameramen, that Summit Entertainment and Lionsgate made this movie, that young Kristen Stewart's mom in this film is not Sigourney Weaver, but might be, and now she's all settled in to the town of Forks. Things we have definitely learned from this so far. Things I have not unlocked. Why Robert Pattinson? Which those will have to wait as we continue here on Twilight. But so far, the film hasn't absolutely pushed me away from finishing it. It so far is so good. And there we have it. That is the first 4 minutes of Twilight, as basically mumbled by me, Missy, here very late in the day, and now very much rapidly approaching midnight. So if I'm going to get this cut, edited, and posted to meet my own little goal here, I'm going to go ahead and get doing that. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We will be back tomorrow with another episode, another 4 minutes, and slightly more production value. Just kidding. I never produce anything of value.